In America, before the Second World War, the country, the art communities were still trying to find themselves, like create an identity as American artists. And it was really after the Second World War, with abstract expressionism, that they found their voice, really.
Yes. Well, the private people were buying up things like Cézanne and, my goodness, everything. So when abstract expressionists came in, they behind the scenes were supporting it.
And those artists, those men, a lot of them had been through the war, and then they were experimenting wildly in New York. What was Willem de Kooning like? What was Robert Motherwell like? And the other artists.
I met them. They were just people. But de Kooning was particularly nice. He had a passion for students. And when I was introduced to him, he said, "Look, come up to my studio anytime. I'd love to talk about my work because this is the new art, and I want to spread it. And your generation are going to do that." So he was very generous. I was experimenting, but this was all to do with the inspiration from seeing what all the others were doing, what de Kooning was doing, what Motherwell was doing, what Klein was doing.
Now, I noticed that with Overpass Number 1 and those earlier works, you were using oil on canvas.
Yes.
But thereafter, you were painting on plywood. And I also know that you've used palette knives and scrapers a lot. When did you first actually develop the material relationship with your work?
Fiona, this is my forte.
Excellent.
I can't remember the date exactly. I have no idea. It was just like a transition. I got impatient with the canvas because it gives. I didn't like that. So I saw an exhibition of Bradley Walker Tomlin in the Modern Museum of Art. And I saw that he did scraping lines. And I thought, that's what I want. And I was also a great admirer of Bradley. He died young and left to New York just before he died. So I was hoping I could go up to his studio because I'd been up to a lot of the other abstract expressionist studios. But I never got there. But the thing is, he used these particular type of technique, if you call it that. So that inspired me. With bit by bit, with time, I used it to go and find somebody who would make me a palette knife and cut it to size, and cut it exactly the shape of the brushstroke that I needed. And that happened then right throughout my life.
Did you have a whole range of sizes?
I had probably up to about 40 or 50 at one stage, because I had them cut all different sizes.